everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I've just gone out of the 10 past 1 showing of A24's latest movie, Men, which is directed by Alex Garland, stars Jessie Buckley and also Rory Kinnear, and essentially the plot of the movie is around Jessie Buckley's character, a young woman named Harper, takes a retreat to a remote countryside in the English village to kind of take some time healing from the death of her husband. However, things around her aren't what they appear. So right out the gate, what I'm going to say is, if you aren't a fan of Hereditary or Midsummer or like Lamb, you're probably not going to like this movie, because being honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Midsummer or Hereditary, although I would say out the two, I probably do prefer Hereditary, being honest with you. What I will say is, just dip diving straight into my positives before I go into the outright weird, is Jessie Buckley as Harper is awesome. She gives a terrific performance, and I have seen her in previous movies such as Beast several years ago, and she was fantastic in that movie. And of course, Rory Kinnear is mostly known for doing like James Bond. He's mostly known for doing other TV and movie work as well. So yeah, both of them provide terrific performances, and I think they really help elevate the script and material given, and definitely in the like facial expressions or the emotions that they show, they really are at the helm of this movie, and rightly so they should be, because they both are utterly fascinating to watch, especially Jessie Buckley. I think she plays a part of a grieving person, and how she's dealing with this grief and tragedy flawlessly. In Rory Kinnear, wow, what a creep, but he played a great role. Also, I really love the tension that was built throughout, because from the get-go of this movie, I felt constant tension. I was kind of like being like, what is going to happen next? And I was certainly invested, because the creepy, eerie atmosphere and tones and vibes used throughout is executed so well. And I also love the fact that, taking this for what it is without doing any research, because I did have to research a little bit afterwards, going to be completely honest, but just taking it for what it is and what was going on the screen, I was like, this is really fascinating. Because when it rolls into the third act, again, I was like, how are they going to really wrap this up? Where is this story going? Because I had a few theories in my mind, especially saying like, say, Midsummer and Hereditary and a couple of other A24 movies. I know they have like a lot of symbolism. I know they have a lot of messaging in here. They definitely have a purpose to each movie that they make, and a strong message at that present. And I think that the message certainly hit home for a lot of aspects. I can't imagine how hard it is for any woman whatsoever, or even a trans person identifying now as a woman, how tough it is for them on a daily basis. Say if they go out for a walk, or if they go somewhere, getting harassed by some man, because unfortunately there is some men out there who do that. Now, not to say that there isn't any women out there who don't do that either, but I'm not there to discuss about that, but I'm just saying about the messaging overall. I definitely think it has some impact and weight to it for sure, and I certainly felt that message at points as well. So that was definitely represented pretty good. And the cinematography, as always with A24 movies, is beautiful to look at. Really just vibrant colours. Really, you feel the essence of this countryside, and you feel like you're in the countryside also. What I will say in terms of my negatives for this movie is, after the movie, I did end up looking this movie up a little bit to find out about the full symbolism and messaging that was behind this. And I am not really too familiar with a kind of like biblical messaging or sins, etc., stuff like that. I know a little bit of pieces, but not a full amount. I can't really give the movie a negative for that per se, but what I will say is, if like me, you don't know a full context of that, then you may not get the messaging, so therefore it may not have that full impact on you about that overall theme that is at the helm of this. But also, I felt at times that this movie had a strong premise to go on to start with, and I will say that this movie is not for the average moviegoer. This is definitely for a specialised audience. Now, I do know walking out of this, there was a few people who was also in my screening who walked out and said, yeah, that was absolutely terrible. Now, I can't really say it was terrible or anything, but I do know on IMDb, it's got a score currently of 6.2 out of 10. I agree, because my score is a 6 out of 10. I did enjoy parts of this movie for sure, which I highlighted before, and I do have some negatives as well. But what I'd like to know from you is, did you see the movie Men? Are you going to go see it? What's your thoughts on this? And again, I would love to hear from maybe someone who got the full messaging and all the kind of the biblical and sin references, and what you thought of the movie, and if you maybe picked it up and maybe enjoyed it more than I did. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't rewatch this movie, because I'm certainly intrigued too watch it again and maybe pick up on some pieces that I missed out the first time. But I hope that you've enjoyed this review. Please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you, I'll be seeing you.